A heartbroken family says more could have and should have been done to save an 11-year-old girl in Gainesville. Jocelyn Carranza died a few days after trying to take her own life. Kevin Reese spoke with the family after her funeral, and they say Jocelyn was repeatedly bullied to the point some students threatened to call immigration agents on her family.
It was 12 degrees in Gainesville when they carried the casket into St. Mary's Catholic Church, the same church where 11 years earlier, Jocelyn Rojo Carranza was baptized. The same priest now at her funeral mass bidding her goodbye.
In thanksgiving for the life of Jocelyn, because Jocelyn will be remembered forever.
Jocelyn died February 8th, 5 days after she attempted suicide at her home in Gainesville. She would have been 12 years old this June.
The bullying. It's true. It started on the bus. There was a situation on the bus where that started.
Her mom says bullying got so bad at Gainesville Intermediate School that Jocelyn was meeting with a school counselor several times a week. But her mom says they only learned that after her suicide attempt. They say fellow students allegedly taunted her about immigration and what it would be like if her parents were deported.
They would tell me ICE was going to come. They would tell her ICE was going to come and get her parents, and she was going to be here alone.
The Gainesville Independent School District would not comment on her case, telling us that we take any reports of bullying at our schools very seriously and have a zero-tolerance policy and respond swiftly to ensure all students are safe physically and emotionally. Her family says they didn't help Jocelyn.
I want justice for my child. I want this not to go unhandled. If there is more students out there, more kids out there that are going through it as well, pay attention. The school needs to pay attention.
As her casket was carried from the church, her family wore white sweatshirts with Jocelyn's picture on them. She has angel wings. She's floating in the clouds. What her family wants to see next is earthly justice for whoever may have taunted her to death. In Gainesville, I'm Kevin Reese.
Harsh words leave lasting scars.
I want to start by saying R.I.P. to this beautiful little girl, right? This is such a tragedy, and this is so unfortunate. And it really saddens me that this couldn't be prevented. You know, the fact that we are hearing about another young child at the tender age of 11, you know, believing that they had no other choice, no other options than to unalive themselves. And all of this is stemming from them being bullied. I just say, parents, we have to do better. We gotta teach our children to be kind to one another, right? These kids today are not getting many lessons on empathy at all. And it's like, how can they? When it's not many adults that understand the concept of empathy. Our children aren't getting valuable knowledge on content of character at home, nor at school for that matter, because allegedly this school was well aware and informed of the bullying and the taunting that Jocelyn was enduring, and they decided to do nothing. They did not inform Jocelyn's parents as to what was going on with their child, right? And one might ask why. Why not? Why didn't they inform this child's parents? I could argue lack of empathy. It wasn't their child. It wasn't their situation. So maybe they didn't care. Or maybe it's something even worse, right? Maybe it's because she wasn't like them. I don't know.
Stop saying this to your children. My son, my daughter, I am going to send you to good school. So when you go there, you need to get a good education. So when you grow up, you can get a good job and you will take care of us financially.
And so to the parents that claim they want to raise their children to be better than them, I think in many cases, most parents just want to raise their children to be more successful, to be better at making and getting money than they've ever been, right? To live in the bigger homes, to drive the more luxurious cars, to wear the finer clothes, you know, just to be deeper in their bags.
I just want him to be a better man than me.
Because that's really what it's all about, right? It's really all about money. At least that's what it seems. And I'm not saying that money is not something that's important. I'm simply saying that there should be more valuable things in your life, right? There should be things that supersede money in your life. But it seems as if, most parents don't really have a problem with raising the mini me's, right? I'm sure you've probably heard it before. He or she look, act just like they mother or father, don't it? Pride less, dignified less, empathetic less, kind less, heart less, you know what I'm saying? And void of all integrity, just like they parents. So for me, it don't take me, to do much wondering at this point as to why the world in which we inhabit is so effed up and evil right now. Parents, I just feel like we got to do better. We got to try and do a better job. And I totally get the fact that all children have their own identity, right? But a lot of behavior is learned behavior. And if somebody's learning, then that means somebody's teaching, right? And when it comes to sixth graders, I just feel like we should be demanding not just good grades, parents, so they can go out and get a good job and get in their bag, okay? Not just good grades, but we should also demand integrity so that we can work on fixing this world in which we live. Because the world can really do without any more educated narcissists, I guarantee you. Excellent examples these two are of what it looks like to be educated and lack empathy. So parents, please keep in mind that little monsters usually grow to be big monsters, okay? In closing, I'd like to again send my deepest condolences to Jocelyn's family and friends. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this video, I'd like to ask you to go ahead and hit that like button. Do consider subscribing to the channel if you're not already a subscriber. And with that being said, I'll be right back with more unpopular thoughts.